China beats US in AI for the very first time, not in manufacturing, not in electric cars, in artificial intelligence. For years, every breakthrough came from the US. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and whenever China launched an AI model, the reaction was always the same. It's good, but it's still behind. Until now. Because a Chinese startup you have probably never heard of released an AI model called Kimi K3, and within hours, developers around the world started saying something no one expected. This might be the best OpenAI model ever built. It writes code better than many closed models, it handles a million token context window, and unlike ChatGPT or Claude, anyone can download it, modify it, and build on top of it. So, has China actually overtaken the US in AI, or is the internet getting carried away again? Let's break down exactly what Kimi K3 is, why everyone in Silicon Valley is talking about it, and why this launch could completely change the AI race. So, what exactly is Kimi K3? Kimi K3 is the newest frontier model from Moonshot AI, one of China's fastest growing AI companies, and technically, this is the largest open weight model ever released. It has 2.8 trillion parameters, but here's the interesting part. That doesn't mean all 2.8 trillion parameters are used every time you send a prompt. Kimi K3 is built using a mixture of experts architecture. Instead of one massive neural network doing all the work, the model is divided into 896 specialized experts. Every time you ask a question, our routing network decides which experts are actually needed. And out of those 896 experts, only 16 are activated for each token. Think of it like this. Imagine a company with 896 employees. You have a legal question, you don't call everyone into the meeting. You call the 16 people who are actually experts in that problem. That's exactly how Kimi K3 works. This gives you the intelligence of an enormous 2.8 trillion parameter model without paying the computational cost of running the entire network every single time. But Moonshot AI didn't just make the model bigger. They also redesigned how the model processes information. Kimi K3 introduced two completely new architectural ideas: Kimi Delta Attention and Attention Residuals. These are the two technologies that make this model fundamentally different from previous open models. Let's see the engineering behind it. Kimi K3 isn't impressive because it's bigger, it's impressive because Moonshot changed the architecture itself. There are three major innovations behind Kimi K3, and together they are the reason this model is competing with the world's best models. Let's start with the first one, Kimi Delta Attention or KDA. If you have worked with transformers before, you already know that attention is one of the biggest bottlenecks. As the context window grows, the amount of computation grows dramatically. That's why running models with a million token context window is usually extremely expensive. Kimi's solution is delta attention. Instead of recomputing attention over everything in the traditional way, KDA uses a much more efficient attention mechanism that's optimized for very long sequences, and according to Moonshot, it can deliver up to 6.3x faster decoding when working with million token contexts. That means long context AI agents, code assistants, or document analysis system can actually become practical instead of painfully slow. The second innovation is even more interesting. It's called attention residuals. Every transformer you have ever used, GPT, Claude, Llama, use residual connections. Normally, every layer simply adds its output to the next layer. The problem is, as the model gets deeper, information from earlier layers start getting diluted. Imagine you are passing a message through 100 people. By the time it reaches the last person, the original information has been mixed with everything that came after it. Moonshot replaces that simple addition with attention across previous layers. Instead of treating every early layer equally, the model can choose which previous layer contains the most useful information for the current token. Think of it as giving every layer its own search engine. Instead of saying, I'll use everything, it asks, which earlier layer should I retrieve information from? According to their search, this improves training efficiency by around 25% while adding less than 2% extra computation. And finally, there's stable LatentMoE. Remember those 896 experts we talked about earlier? Once you scale to that many experts, another problem appears. Some experts become overloaded while others barely get used. Moonshot solved this using techniques like quantile balancing, improved routing, per head mon optimization, and a new activation function called SITU. The result? A model that can reliably activate just 16 out of 896 experts while maintaining stable training at 2.8 trillion parameters. Combined, these architectural improvements give Kimi K3 about 2.56 better scaling efficiency than its predecessors, Kimi K2. So that's the engineering, but none of it matters if the model isn't actually good. So let's look at the benchmarks and see how Kimi K3 performs against GPT, Claude, Gemini, and other frontier models. Kimi K3 sounds impressive on paper, but benchmarks are where every AI company proves its claims. And surprisingly, Kimi K3 performs like a true frontier model. Let's start with the benchmark everyone cares about. coding. On SWE-Bench Verified, one of the toughest benchmarks for software engineering, models aren't asked to simply generate code. They are given real GitHub issues, real open source repositories, and they have to understand the bug, modify the existing code base, and generate a fix that actually passes the project's test suite. In other words, it's much closer to what a software engineer does every day. And Kimi K3 delivers performance that's competitive with today's strongest frontier models, placing it among the best open-weight coding models currently available. But coding isn't everything. AI models today are expected to reason. They need to solve complex math, answer multi-step questions, and think through problems instead of predicting the next word. That's where benchmarks like AIME, GPQA, and Humanities Last Exam come in. These aren't simple multi-choice quizzes. They test whether a model can perform expert-level reasoning across mathematics, science, and advanced knowledge. Kimi K3 scores consistently in the frontier tier across these evolutions, showing that it isn't just good at programming, it can also tackle difficult reasoning tasks. Then there's something that's becoming even more important: agent performance. Modern AI isn't just answering questions anymore, it's browsing websites, writing code, editing files using tools, and completing multi-step tasks with very little human input. Benchmarks like Tau2, BrowseComp, and other agent evolutions measure exactly that. And this is one of Kimi K's biggest strengths. Because of its long context window, efficient MOE architecture, and strong reasoning ability, it performs exceptionally well on real-world agent tasks compared with many other open models. But here's the part that's easy to miss. Kimi K3 doesn't have to be GPT or Claude in every single benchmark to matter. That's not the story. The story is this. For the first time, an open-weight model is consistently competing with closed frontier models across coding, reasoning, and agent workloads. And that's a much bigger deal than winning one leaderboard. So far, we have talked about the architecture, looked at the benchmarks, but honestly, that's not what makes Kimi K3 so important. The biggest reason everyone's talking about it is because it's an open-weight model. And if you're new to AI, that might not sound like a big deal, but it completely changes how developers build AI products. Think about ChatGPT or Claude. They are incredibly powerful, but they are closed. You can use them through an API, but you don't own the model. You can't inspect how it works, you can't modify it, you can't fine-tune it for your own company. And if the provider changes their pricing or rate limits, you have no control. Now compare that with Kimi K3. Since the model weights are openly available, any company can download it, run it on their own infrastructure, fine-tune it on their private data, and build completely customized AI applications. Imagine you're a bank, you probably don't want confidential financial documents leaving your servers. With an open model like Kimi K3, you can deploy the model entirely inside your own data center. The same is true for hospitals, governments, legal firms, or any company handling sensitive information. That's why open weight models are becoming such a huge trend. They are not just about saving money, they are about control. Control over your data, control over your infrastructure, and control over how the model evolves. And this is exactly why Kimi K3 is getting so much attention. It's not just another chatbot competing with ChatGPT. It's giving developers another frontier level foundation model that they can actually build on. And if its performance is anywhere close to leading closed models, many startups won't even think twice. They'll choose the model they can own. For the final section, we'll end on a bigger question. Did China actually beat the US in AI? Instead of giving a simple yes or no, we'll compare the strengths of Kimi K3, OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google's ecosystem, then end with a memorable conclusion that leaves the viewers thinking rather than just summarizing the videos. So let's go back to the question we asked at the beginning. Has China finally beaten the United States in AI? The answer is not yet. If you look at the absolute frontier, OpenAI still has GPT 5.6, Anthropic has Claude, Google has Gemini. These companies still have enormous advantages. They have access to massive compute, some of the world's best researchers, and entire ecosystems built around their models. But that's no longer the most interesting part of the story. The real story is how quickly the gap is disappearing. Just 2 years ago, people treated Chinese AI models as followers. Today, companies like DeepSeek, Alibaba with Qwen, Zippo AI, Minimax, and now Moonshot AI are releasing models that are competing at the frontier. And in some areas, especially open-weight models, they are setting the pace. Kimi K3 proves that innovation isn't happening in just one country anymore. The AI race has become global, and that's good news for everyone because competition creates better models, faster innovation, and lower cost. Just think about it. A few years ago, if you wanted the best AI, there were only one or two companies to choose from. Today, every few weeks, another frontier model enters the race, and that's forcing everyone to move even faster. So maybe the biggest story isn't that China has already beaten the US. Maybe it's that for the first time, the AI race is truly competitive. And if Kimi K3 is any indication, the next breakthrough could come from anywhere. And honestly, that's what makes this one of the most exciting moments in the history of AI. If you're serious about AI, don't just use these models, understand how they work. Because the people who understand today's models will be the ones building tomorrow's AI startups. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button and subscribe. Because every week I break down the latest AI models, tools and breakthroughs in a way that's easy to understand. Join our WhatsApp channel to not miss out on it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.